Hi, in this video we are going to see how to migrate on-premise SQL to Azure, which is an IaaS instance. So we have three methods. One is backup and copy in VM and then restore. Second one is backup to storage account and then restore. The third one is use data migration assistant. I am going to discuss each one in detail now. Before going to that, if you have not watched my part 1 video, which is an introduction, please do watch that video. I am leaving the link in the description. Let us start with first one. So first one is backup and restore. So we have two main ways to move SQL databases to take the backup. One is we can do with GUI and other one is transact SQL. We can use the SSMS for that. I'll show you through demo. Before that, just note a point. We can take the backup of lower versions and restore in higher version, but the vice versa is not true. We cannot take the backup of higher version and restore in the lower version. The system will not allow. Let's start with a demo. So this is my on-premise SQL server. So this is a 2014 version, and in the virtual machine also I have installed a 2014 version. So this is the virtual machine. See the IP address. So this is my virtual machine. This is also 2014 instance. Now what I'm going to do is to take a backup from the on-premise and restore here. So for that, take the any database. So I'm taking sample 201 database. Right click on it, tasks, backup. Here mention the type of backup. I'm taking full backup, and I'm going to take it to the disk, to one of the local disk. So I'm choosing the path. So let me paste in D drive. Mention the file name. File name is sample201 underscore full dot bak. Give the extension as bak. Okay. So the backup will be placed in the drive. Remove the previous one and media options. So append overwrite. You can check the tick box whatever you require, and no need to give anything here. So I'm just taking the backup. Click OK. So backup of sample 201 database has been completed successfully. So this is the D drive, and backup has been successfully completed and placed in this drive. Now what I'm going to do is copy this backup file, go to virtual machine. This is my virtual machine. I'm going to paste in one of the drives of virtual machine. Let me paste in F drive. And now open SSMS in the virtual machine, which is an IaaS instance. So here go to databases, right click, restore database. Restoring from device, select the path, media file is file, click on add. I place in F drive. Click on this F drive. See here, it is my backup file, sample 201. Click OK. Restoring. So media is sample database 201 restored successfully. Click OK. See here, the database has been restored successfully, and you can access the content also. So there is a table DBO student. I am able to access the database. So database backup and restore has been completed successfully to the IaaS instance. You can also do this using script. Since it is a simple single database, I have done using GUI. Or if you have more than 10 or 20 databases, it is better to go with a script. So let me go with the second one. The second one, which is backup to storage account and restore. So what is the storage account? An Azure storage account contains all of your Azure storage data objects, which are blobs, files, queues, tables and disks. So it is a storage account which you are going to create in the Azure. So the storage of the storage account will be approximately 500 TB. So to create Azure account, go to the Azure portal. So this is my Azure portal. Here, go to storage accounts. So you can create here, add. So you can give the select the resource group and give the storage account name something and click next. So geo redundant or locally redundant, you can select anything you want. So I'm going with geo redundant and the storage v2. Next, cool and hot. Next, so you can just click on create and it's get created. So this is my storage account. I have created the storage account. So in storage account we have containers. Click on containers. If you have no containers, you can click here and add the container. So this is my container. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take the backup to this container. Okay. So this is one more other one. So my backups will be placed here. I'll show you exactly how it is. So let me go back to SSMS on premise. So I'm going to take up the backup of sample 202. So before that, you need to create the credentials for the storage account. To create a credentials, it's a simple thing. Go here. You have credentials here in security. Right click, new credential. So here you can give any name. It doesn't matter. So let me give test and identity. Here you need to mention the storage account name, and here password you need to get it from the access keys from the storage account. Let me show you how you need to get it. So here, this is my storage account. Go to home, storage accounts, click on storage account, go to container, select the container name is container bk, and here go to properties. So here is the path for the container, and the storage account name is storage bk101. Click on it, access keys. See here there are random keys, key 1 and key 2. You can take any one of those. So I am taking this first key, key 1, copy, go to SSMS, here mention the storage account name, storage bk101, and password is the access key which we have copied just now, and click OK. So the credentials has been set up. Now take the backup to the storage account. For that we can use the command. So this is the command, backup database sample 202 to URL is equal to n. So this is the container path. So I'll show you. So under this storage account we have containers. Under this container we have container bk. Go to properties. So this URL you need to copy and paste here. Okay, with credential test. Just now we have created the credential with name test. So click execute. Execute in query. See, this is the most common error we get when we use a storage account. So the reason for this is, I'll show you here. See, so this error will occur if we are selecting account kind as blob storage instead of general purpose. This should be general purpose in storage account. So in my case, I have selected general purpose, but why I am getting the error is I have mentioned the folder name, the container name as wrong. So container name is, it's just container bk. Okay, and after that you need to specify the file name. So here I can give the file name, the same database. Now execute the query. Executing query, still the same error. So the storage account is also a different name. Let me copy the entire URL. Properties, copy, now execute. Executing query. Yeah, it is done. Successfully processed in 7.7 seconds. Now let me go to container and check whether the backup file has been come to it or not. See, the backup file has been stored here, sample202.bak. Now I am going to restore this backup file in IaaS instance. Let me show you how do we do that. Go here, go to virtual machine. This is a virtual machine. One second, let me log out from here. So here also you need to create the credentials. So credentials I have created already. So same, you need to give the storage account name and the keys, okay, the access keys. Now close this query. Now go to databases, click restore database, device. Here in backup media file, select the URL and click add storage account. Storage account BK101, storage account name and account key, you need to get it from there again. So here the storage account, click here, go to access keys, take this key, use the existing credentials. I have created a credentials ABC, or you can create a new credentials if you need. Connecting, could not be resolved. Let me check the storage account name. Storage BK101. So here it is, storage BK101. So it connected. Now it will display the containers and the contents in the container. So this is my container name, which is container BK, and here it is sample202 BAK. So that is a backup file. Click OK. OK. Restoring the database. So my database is ready. Click OK. Restoring database sample202 has been restored successfully. So 202 has come. So we have successfully restored the database sample202. Now let us see the third method, data migration tool. So the third method is a data migration assistant. So we use this data migration assistant which is available in Microsoft website. This can be downloaded for free. I'll share you the link in the description. You can download it from there. So let us see a demo. Open data migration assistant. Click here, new project. You can access the project or you can directly go with migration. So I'm going directly with the migration. If you go with assessment, it will give you some recommendations what you need to do and so on. So let me start with the migration. So source server type is SQL Server. This is on-premise server, and target server type is IaaS instance. This is SQL Server on Azure Virtual Machines. Click on create. Here you need to give the source server details, and here you need to give the target server. So this is my on-premise details. This is the IaaS instance. So here my on-premise is this one, and authentication is Windows authentication, and the target server name is this. So this you need to get it from the Azure site, or you can enter the IP address. So I'm going with the DNS name. So I'll show you how to get this. Open your Azure portal. So here go to virtual machines. Click on the Azure VM1, which is the virtual machine. Click on IP address. So here in configuration you have the DNS. If you set this to static, and here give the DNS name, anything you want, and here see the extension east to US. This is the VM location, data center name, and cloudapp.azure.com. So the same I have entered here. So bkdns east to us.cloudapp.com, port number is 1433, and these are the SQL Server authentication credentials. So give the username and password. Take this trust certificates and click next. Connecting to the server. So the target server and source server are connected. So the list of databases from the source server, you can select the databases which you want to migrate. So I want to migrate this Suzuki database, and here you need to give the shared folder name. So here my shared folder is Z drive. So I have the Z drive as a shared folder between source and target servers. So here I am using the Azure file share option. I will show you that. Go to Azure, home, storage accounts, click on storage account, go to file shares. Here create one file share, give the name and give the size. So you can give the size as 5 GB, so it is gigabytes. So the maximum you can give is up to 5120 GB, and click create. So I have created this file share. So I'll do a separate video on how to create a file share in Azure and how to mount the drive. So after doing that video, I'll leave the link in the description. So it is somewhat lengthy process, so I am not discussing that here. So click on this file share, go to properties. So this is the link, file share link. So now go to my data migration. So click here. So this is the target server. You can change the detail drive and click next. So now you get the logins which are existing in the database. You can select the login and click on. So I am not selecting any login here, and click on start migration. Migration in progress. Backing up the source data here. Backup in progress 31%, 70%, 100%. Transferring backup file from source to target. Restoring the database. And migration has been successful. So it took around 2 minutes for the database migration. So the database has been backed and restored successfully. So let us go to the target and check whether it has been migrated or not. So this is a virtual machine. So these two are the previous two databases. Let me refresh. So the database has been successfully migrated. So this is how we use database migration assistant tool. So in case of any queries, please do comment below.